Okay, what's up, y'all? Hey, um, today I want to say, first of all, there are a few things that I want to address. Welcome to the Show's Brand Podcast, number one. If you're new here, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for being here. If you're listening on any of the podcast platforms, thank you again. But also, if you are listening on a platform, you might want to run over here to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, the Shells brand, and yeah, show me some love in that way. And just check out some of the video clips that I have uploaded there or here. So the things I wanted to address. This is May and it totally slipped my mind. Well, it didn't slip my mind, but I wanted to mention and say happy Mental Health Awareness Month. And I know we're closing out as I'm uploading this. I'm looking at the calendar. It says the 27th of May. And so this will come and be the 28th, the upload for Tuesday. And we'll be ending the month. So I just wanted to say, yes, happy Mental Health Awareness Month. And yeah, we've been rocking all month. And I hope that you've connected with an episode or something that was said. Maybe it touched you or you related. So for all of the support, thank you. The second and last thing that I want to address before we get into today's episode, in my previous episode with Cadorna, I made an error as far as dates go. So I returned to church in October of 2022. And so I just wanted to clarify that. And if you watched it or listened to it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, that means you need to catch up. But otherwise, I wanted to pin that in there and just let you guys know because it was bothering me and brought to my attention. So thank you. All right. So today I want to talk about the kids. I'm an advocate for them, right? Or so I say, right? So, hello. Today, that's what I want to address. And yeah, maybe give a little bit of a backstory of my own childhood. So, when I was growing up, as I stated in some other episodes, I was really quiet and to myself and weird. Still a weird adult, but I found my tribe. But one of the things that I wish that I would have had more of is communication and conversation with my parents, right? Because I had so many thoughts and so many things going on within me at any given time that sometimes I just needed to unload, right? And I did a lot of unloading with teachers and friends and trusted sources in that way, but it wasn't the same. So today I want to pose a question to you. When was the last time you talked to your kids? And I have godchildren. Thank you to all of the wonderful parents that have gifted your children to me and entrusted them to me. They are wonderful and I love them. And I treat them as if I would treat my own, right? And so, yeah, the conversations that I've had with them or just allowed them to be in my space and listen to them have been interesting because they've been so honest, innocent in ways, truthful, and unexpected, I'll say. And just being able to observe and speak to them, I felt very honored that they saw me and deemed me as a safe space. And some of the things that they shared blew my mind, but to be entrusted with such sensitive information felt honored, right? And again, I wish I would have, not to say that my parents couldn't have been that. I didn't pursue it because I was afraid to, for many reasons. I just didn't think I had that space, right? So when was the last time that you allowed your kids, and do your kids feel safe coming to you to talk to you about anything? And that's probably difficult if you are dealing with teenagers that are transitioning from, the small, adorable kids that you loved and knew, and now they're building their own personalities and things like that. So it's a little bit of a harder and more difficult road to connecting with them. But still, try. It matters. They notice. And every child is different. I think in being quiet and being shy and standoffish a lot of times, or not being vocal a lot, people probably looked over me or my parents probably didn't know what I needed, or because I didn't understand how to express that, and that grew with me as an adult, which caused me to have to be in therapy and even more understanding communication. And I think that's an ongoing process for each and every one of us, that we should want to be better communicators, because there's so many things that could be missed in a simple conversation if there's not understanding in the communicating that we're doing, if it's not effective. And so I just wanted to highlight, I didn't want to spend too much time or take too much of your time, but I want to say, don't overlook your kids. Don't, just let them grow up, and then the time is gone, and then they're adults and you're begging for their time, and you're wanting them to come visit, or you're wanting to connect, and maybe because you didn't establish that bond when they were with you, they don't see it as a priority, right? So prioritize them and communicating with them now and getting to know who they are now, so that you won't lose them. Love them in a way that they'll always feel like they have home to come back to. It might be difficult for some people, and I don't understand or know what goes on in every household, right? I'm not in your house, okay? Sweeping around my own front door first, but I just wanted to say, see them, because we live in a world where even a lot of us feel overlooked. When was the last time you felt heard? What type of relationship do you and did you have with your parents? Did you have to mend and come to heal in certain ways to connect with your parents? And for people that have lost their parents and no longer have parents here with them, what type of parent has God been to you? And even in spaces that you don't understand about raising your own children, pray for guidance. And some of us even are blessed to have a village. And I'm grateful to be a part of many villages in enriching and building and loving children. And uniquely as each of them are, they require different things, right? And I think that that's what I wish would have been understood growing up for me. But again, extend understanding to my parents for how they raised me, because I understand that they were also growing and learning things about themselves, right? And so extend that same understanding and patience to yourself as you grow and learn these little beautiful people, okay? Because they deserve your time. They deserve your attention. They deserve your love. They are a gift that you birthed into this world, and some people are not able to physically bear their own children. Hello. And so I think that's why my heart and my voice is so heavy and urgent, because I have a heart for children, because I was once a child, and there were a lot of things that I wish I had someone to advocate for me for. And as I speak on these things, whomever and whatever good that it does to reach, I'm happy for that. Because I can't say that everyone's experience is the same, and I can assume that this is a message for all. Again, I said not everything is a one size fits all, right? But if it applies, take heed. Don't let time pass you by and you miss the opportunity to connect with people that you birth, to connect with people who share the same bloodline as you. I love the kids, man. They're so brilliant. They're so bright. Their innocence is priceless. And there are people that prey upon things like that. They prey upon innocence. And to know that there were people preying on my innocence when I was younger, and that almost took me out, that almost silenced me, that almost isolated me to a point of no return. But now that I found my voice, I speak. I found the courage to even speak on things like this. So, I love you guys for tapping in, tuning in, being patient with me. Again, we have one more episode before the Shells Brand podcast season 1 closes. And I'm excited because I've learned a lot in this first segment and episode or season along the way. to a point where I'm like, yo, like this is so unbelievable to me that I'm doing this, but I love it. I appreciate it. And I'm going to keep the momentum up, maybe even turn it up a bit for season 2. And I can't wait to see you there. You better be there. Y'all know I need to take a moment to look at my notes before I leave. So 1 second. In reference to my exchanges with children and the conversations that they've shared with me, it says, children have a knowledge of things far beyond what some believe, and the innocence was present, and the honesty of the moments remain with me to this day. I said that to say, even if my own childhood was mainly silent to protect and out of fear, I'm grateful to be a place I didn't always have. Be prepared to hear things that surprise you amongst other feelings, but be open to guiding your children in love so that they may feel safe to open up. We are meant to handle different relationships in different ways, yet a parent and child bond could develop or damage us. Be led in love as you raise and send out adults into the world. I love y'all, man. And one last thing that I want to address, kind of to segue into social hour and end this, I noticed that when I greet everyone, I'm like, hey guys. And so I wanted to let everyone know that I'm not being any type of way when I say that I want to be inclusive, right? I respect people. I respect social identity things and related issues. And so I didn't want to offend anyone by saying, hey guys. So I just wanted to make a note and pin that as well and say, when I say, hey guys, I'm just saying hello everyone. So if anyone was or is offended by that, I do apologize. It was not meant to offend. So I want to be aware of my surroundings. When I step into social spaces, I am as respectful to others as I can possibly be, right? Because I would like for them to return the same extent to me. So that was my social hour there for you all. But thank you for tuning in to the Shells Brand podcast. Once again, season 1 will be closing out with one more episode after this one. And so I want you guys to go ahead and run me up on YouTube, run over and subscribe to the Shells Brand channel, YouTube channel. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, RSS, any other podcast platforms, thank you, all of them, iHeart. So thank you again for supporting me. And if you have not had the opportunity to subscribe to my email list, you can do that at my website. I told y'all I was coming. the-shells-brand.com. I know y'all like, you and these dashes and dots and periods out here with your email and your website, but that's what it is. So run over there. And if you have issues finding it, you can also find it in the link of my TikTok bio and social media. So go ahead and look for that on Instagram as well. Thank you again for the support and look for updates. As we close out this podcast, there's more to come. I think that's it, y'all. So look at me not wanting to leave you guys. This has been great. I can't say thank you enough. So I'm just going to run on and I'll see you guys next time. Shells Brand Podcast, and it's all love. Mwah. Thank you.